McNally, and this is my informative speech. So this is a picture of me with a Porsche 911 GT3 RS. It's a $200,000 sports car, and it's considered to be one of the best. I've had the opportunity to drive a few Porsches 911s, and they're amazing cars to drive. Today, we're going to be talking about Porsche's iconic model and the history behind it, the 911. We'll discuss the original design, the different generations and options that were offered, and the racing history. So the original design. So the Porsche 911 was first introduced at the Frankfurt International Motor Show on September 12th, 1963. The 911 was designed by a team led by Ferdinand Alexander Porsche, the son of Porsche's founder. And some design elements that have stayed consistent throughout the generations is the 2 seats being in the front and 2 seats in the rear, as well as having the engine placed in the rear. The 911, it was also the first production car to have a rear wing implemented into its design, and this is crucial for better aerodynamics and downforce. So the generations and options. So throughout the last 6 decades, there have been many versions of the 911, and there's been 8 generations. So according to Stefan Dobie at Top Gear, the first generation was from 1963 to 1973, and it aimed to be a more practical option from the brand. Another notable generation is the G Series from 1973 to 1989, the 997 from 2004 to 2011, and the 992 is the current generation that started in 2015. So according to Chris Perkins, Porsche is offering 24 different 911 versions for this generation alone, but they can be categorized into 3 main sections: the Carreras, the Turbos, and the GTs. So here is a Carrera here and here. This is the Cabriolet, and this is the Targa. Those are 2 options. They also have sport models. They also have rear-wheel drive options, 4-wheel drive options, and you can combine all these different features to create specific models. That's why there's so many. This is the Porsche Turbo. This is also offered in a sports model, a Cabriolet, a base model, and they are all all-wheel drive. The GT line is Porsche's most high-end model, or their most expensive. It includes the GT3 RS, which is right here, the GT3 and the GT3 Touring. These are mostly designed for track use, but they're also street legal, so you can take them out on the roads. And this right here is a Porsche 911 Dakar, and it pays homage to an older model which participated in off-road rally races, so you could take this Porsche off-road if you wanted to. I'd say my favorite would probably be the Porsche 911 Turbo S. But out of these, which ones would you guys choose? A large part of the 911's success and iconic image is due to its roots in racing, and the 911's accomplishments in racing can be attributed to the flat 6 engine in the rear. To oversimplify, flat engines, they have a lower center of gravity, providing great balance, better aerodynamics, better handling, which leads to better racing. So according to Porsche's website, the 911 Carrera RSR landed a victory at the 24 Hours of Daytona in 1973, and that's a 24-hour endurance race that takes place here in Florida in Daytona. But in more recent times, the Porsche 911 991 RSR had a winning finish at the FIA World Endurance Championship for the 2018 to 2019 season. Sorry about that. And that car is pictured right here. So in conclusion, the Porsche 911 is the brand's iconic model due to the design language, the generation trims, and the racing history that's attached to it. But overall, Porsche's innovation with the 911 has proven to stand the test of time in its design, the options, the performance, and that's why it's the flagship model for the company. And as Ferdinand Alexander Porsche said, design is not simply art, it's elegance of function. Thanks for watching.